jack. I don't care if I...
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. Mikey Kershaw pitches a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off. Another payoff. Fenny got him with a slider. Ohtani.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I...
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. Mikey Kershaw pitches a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off. Another payoff. Fenny got him with a slider. It's Teoscar Hernandez. Mookie masked. It's a grand slam. He's so simple and game ender.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to another episode of Dodgers Nation Postgame Show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. A amazing, gritty, incredible performance by our Dodgers tonight. I mean, I could not be more impressed by your boys in blue tonight, getting the win against the Diamondbacks. The Dodgers continue to build a cushion in the National League West, now 6 games up in the division. Dodgers now sitting at 82-54, 6 games up on the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League West, and still have the best record in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers 2 games up on the Milwaukee Brewers for the best record in the show, also up on the Phillies and the New York Yankees. So this night proved that don't let anyone tell you this team doesn't have grit. Don't let anyone tell you that this team needs more bad guys and this and that, and you need mean guys and all that stuff, tough guys. No. This team is tough. This team is filled with winners and grit, and it was on display tonight. The Dodgers, they win by a final score of 8-6, and make no mistake about it, the last two games really should have been wins for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They should have creeped closer and closer to the Dodgers in this division. Game 1 was a bullpen game. You had 7 relievers. They had to cover 24 outs, 8 innings. They got 1+ inning out of Clayton Kershaw. We got some news on Clayton Kershaw, my thoughts on that. Will he be back this season? Will he be back ever? We'll talk about that in a little bit. Then game 2, you had mistakes. You had a Dodgers team that had to come up big in the clutch late, and the Diamondbacks had multiple opportunities to win this game, but they didn't. But the Dodgers, they go out there with Ben Casparius, and he gets his first Major League win in his big league debut. It also happened earlier this year with Michael Peterson. He accomplished that same feat. But, hey, Tommy Big Balls Edman coming through in the clutch. 9th inning, Tommy Clutchman. That was the moment of the game. Tied at 6-6. Tommy Edman in a big spot after making an incredible play in the outfield before in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Tommy Edman, he comes to the plate. Big spot. You got a splitter down the zone. He stays back. He's able to get through it. He's able to put the ball in play, find some grass. And he comes through at the moment of the game for the Dodgers.
Tommy Edman catch up. 1-2. Into right center field. It's sinking. It's down. Tommy Edman comes through. 2-run score. Dodgers lead in the 9th. He did go to the splitter. 91.
a 91-mile-per-hour splitter there in the top of the 9th inning. You had Martinez on the mound and a fantastic at-bat. Runners on second and third, and Tommy Edman with 2 strikes comes through. And look at the pitches that he saw earlier in that bat. 102-mile-per-hour four-seam, 102-mile-per-hour four-seam. Fourth pitch, the ball before that, the four-seam fastball on the inside corner that was off the plate, that was 100. And then to stay back on the splitter, come through in that big spot, Tommy Edman's that man. Tommy Edman is special in his role in that he can come through with big clutch base hits. He can change the game defensively. He can play premium defensive positions, shortstop, center field, and can come through clutch in a big way. The bottom of the 8th inning with Casparius on the mound, that diving stop he made, that diving catch to Rob Gurriel Jr. in a 6-6 game? Are you kidding me? I'm fired up, man. This Dodgers team, they're showing me something. They're showing me that they're hungry and they can smell the postseason. They can feel it coming. Like Dave Roberts said yesterday, that was the scene of the crime in Arizona, where that Diamondbacks team swept them and, I'll say it, embarrassed them. And this team, I think, took this series personal, and I think they came in here wanting to make a statement, give themselves a real cushion in the division, put themselves in a really good spot to finish with the best record in baseball. And now it's their 82nd win of the season. Hooray, the Dodgers. They're guaranteed a winning season. This is the first winning season of Shohei Ohtani's career. He went from baseball hell in Anaheim to blue heaven on earth with the Dodgers. He had the first 1, 2, 3 solo shots to start a game in Dodgers history. I mean, just an incredible outing. I mean, Gavin Stone settling down the way he did. It looked like Gavin Stone was out for a tough outing. He ends up retiring 14 of the final 15 batters that he faced. He gave that home run to Gurriel, but still, that was a gritty performance. That's the word tonight, gritty, tough, the mindset. And you got Justin Robleski. He's getting the ball for tomorrow for the Dodgers. It'll be his 6th start of the season. Justin Robleski has shown some flashes this season. And we'll see if the Dodgers can get a series win tomorrow. Robo, he's had his moments. And I think with the way this team's rolling, Justin Robleski, I like him tomorrow. I like the Dodgers going for the throat against the Diamondbacks. Robleski sporting a 4.68 ERA, 5.83 expected ERA. So let's hope he has a good start. We're going to break this one down in depth. But just my initial thoughts is the Snakes, a little snake bitten, right? I mean, when you look at the fact that this is one of the hottest teams in baseball in the second half of the season, but guess what? This is the Dodgers division. It's the Dodgers and the rest, and they showed that once again tonight. So give them a lot of credit, but let me know down below in the comment section where you're representing Dodgers Nation from. What are your big takeaways from tonight? I think with Tommy Edman, you found the perfect Dodgers super utility man because he can do things that even Chris Taylor and Kike Hernandez can't do at this stage of their careers. And that is play above average center field and shortstop. And I like that clutch base hit. I mean, that was his big shining, I am a Dodger, I'm planting my flag. It feels like Tommy Edman, you were traded to the Dodgers at the deadline. You made your debut a couple weeks ago, but tonight is where he arrived as a Los Angeles Dodger. Kelly Oshiro says, in Tommy, I trust. 818. Lariah says, Edman was huge. LFG Tommy. Shohei Ohtani is a GOAT. No doubt about it, man. Shohei Ohtani, his 44th home run. We'll talk about that here in a second. Kenny Chung, Tommy Boy was bound to break out. Yeah, and that's a good point, is that Tommy Edman had just started his season, right? I mean, this is not someone who's been playing all year. Last year, he was a below-average bat, was dealing with the wrist injury, was rehabbing through that, and it was only a matter of time for him to really have a big moment and have that confidence. Because, as you point out, Kenny Chung, it has been a slower start for him. In the 10 games leading up to tonight, Tommy Edman had 39 plate appearances and was 9 for 37, hitting .243 with a 581 OPS, a 64 OPS plus. And just 2 extra base hits, a double and a triple. Tonight, though, he arrived. Tonight, Tommy Edman is going to remember forever because that's the night that I think really just sparked his season with the Dodgers. I could see that in the postseason, especially on the defensive side. But with how much talent you have up and down this lineup, it's so long. It puts so much stress on the pitcher. Guys like Tommy Edman are going to be able to take advantage of that. They're going to see better pitches because you think that, okay, it's Tommy Edman. It's the bottom of the lineup. I'm going to take a breath here. Nope. He comes up, big hit, big spot, and is the biggest reason why the Dodgers win tonight, and it's the reason why he's my Dodgers dog of the game.
Dodger dog of the game.
Zelazum, Yamamoto, he's going to be back shortly. He's going to make one more rehab start with OKC. Then after that, if everything goes well, he'll be back in the show. We got Fireman Phil with the fire at the end from Adrian Salazar. Yeah, I love that too. The division, the bottom of the ninth inning, you got Evan Phillips out there, and he is someone that's been pitching a lot lately. It was his third time in 4 nights. And Dave Roberts said before the game that he wanted to stay away from everyone that pitched yesterday and not go with Evan Phillips if he didn't need to, but still, the game was there to win, and he went with him in that spot. I think that was the right call. And if you don't know, of course, Clayton Kershaw was sent to the IL. A IL stint, like I said yesterday, and I was hearing after the game that it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he was going to wake up and, because of the bone spurs in the toe, was going to head to the injured list. And the corresponding moves, well, you also had Joe Kelly. So Dave Roberts also said the night before that they were going to make a couple of IL moves. And with Joe Kelly, threw 46 pitches yesterday, and that was the most pitches he had thrown since he was a starter back for the Cardinals in 2016. So he goes on the IL, and then Clayton Kershaw, he went on the IL. Dave Roberts said there's so much swelling he can barely move around with it. That's not good. He said, Kersh yesterday, it's frustrating when everything else seems to be feeling great, but no matter what I did, I couldn't find a comfortable way to push off. I just couldn't really push off. The velo was down on the fastball and the curveball, and he was placed on the 15-day injured list with inflammation in his left big toe after he left yesterday's start with no outs there in the second inning. And the Dodgers, they call it Ben Casparius, and they call up Brent Honeywell, who factored into tonight's win as well. Fear the turtleneck. So we'll see what this means for Clayton Kershaw's future. I think that it's starting to look bleaker. We'll see if he can find a way on this postseason roster in some capacity. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is it for the year for him, unless things can really turn around. Because the way it stands right now, if Walker builds on his last start, if Bobby Miller continues to trend in the right direction, Gavin Stone continues to trend in the right direction and just solidify his spot, which I think he has set in stone, no pun intended there. You got Flaherty, you got Yamamoto and Glass now on the mend, on their way back. Kersh doesn't make sense out of the bullpen, so I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a ton of Kersh for the remainder of this season. But let me know down below in the comment section. I'm fired up, man. This team is showing me something. This team feels different, looks different just from a roster construction standpoint. You got Shohei hitting leadoff home runs, making history, 50-50. You got Teoscar Hernandez. He had a really nice double in this one late in the game. Did have a misplay there and left. We'll talk about that. But this roster is different. This sense of urgency is different. I think that this is a series that at the very least for this series, you got a 4-game lead. And that definitely feels good. That definitely feels good when you look at where you're at in the division and considering how hot this Diamondbacks team is. If they lose the next 2, you still have a pretty nice cushion. In the Padres, they're 6 games up on the Padres as well. At this point, if you're the Dodgers, I think you're in a pretty good spot in the division. I think if you win tomorrow, you're good too. Roger Howard points out the Dodgers' magic number is 21. I mean, we are on magic number watch. That tells you that things are looking up for your boys in blue. And absolutely, you got to bring that up anytime. And it's certainly something to feel good about. The fact that you're winning games and you're putting yourself in a position to to wrap things up and you start the champagne. And I think hopefully, I don't think there'll be a big champagne shower. I mean, I think for Shohei, you really want to celebrate. But yeah, as you point out, a 21-game magic number, and then the magic number for the playoff spot is 17 games. 17 games for the magic number for the playoff spot. But my favorite thing is looking at X yesterday, Diamondbacks fans, yes, all three of them that exist, saying, oh, we got them right where they want them. Their bullpen is cooked. Their bullpen is gassed. Let's take 3 of 4. They're underestimating that this Dodgers team is as gritty as it gets. But, yeah, we're going to break this one down with some more comments for you guys. But welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel. We just did some giveaways yesterday, and we gave away the Shohei Ohtani jersey. So we're giving tons of giveaways. We're going to announce our big one coming up soon. Rosemary Rodriguez, not just a base hit, but off a guy throwing gas. Yeah, as we point out, I mean, the guy's filthy. I mean, Ramirez can absolutely throw heat. He's a flamethrower. Mr. Classic, says Tommy Clutchman. Going to give you a fire take for that one. We got Jose Aguirre. I've seen enough. Put Casparius on the postseason roster. That's the definition of a hot take right there. Dave McKain. You know where I'm watching from, D-Mac, Australia. P.S. We don't recognize ray gun here. You killing me. You don't recognize the ray gun right there? How's ray gun, man? You taking some heat. Just taking some heat. And Kike kind of was trying to bring that into as their celebration after hits, but I guess it didn't catch on. Edman, Muncy, and Mookie are fresh. Great point. I love that. It's a great point. And not only do you see that, but you just feel it. I mean, Mookie's in a great place. Muncy, great place. Edman getting his season going. I think tonight is the launching point. I think tonight's the launching point for Tommy Edman's season. I could not agree with you more. I think it's a fantastic point you make right there, is that this team has kind of limped to the finish line for the last couple of seasons. Mookie had to absolutely, along with Freddie Freeman, they carried this team last season. And it did feel like they peaked too early. Mookie in August when he had 51 hits, when he was the betting favorite to win MVP at one point. Freddie, 59 doubles, 29 home runs. I mean, they were incredible. But guess what? They don't have to put the entire team's success or failure on their shoulders. You got Shohei. You've got Teoscar Hernandez. You got other guys that can do it. And that's what I loved about this win for the Dodgers. It was a team win. A team win for the Dodgers. 16 hits, man. 16 hits. More hits than the Beatles tonight in Arizona. 16 for 41 for the Dodgers tonight. 16 for 41. And guess what? Only 5 strikeouts. They only struck out 5 times. Only struck out 5 times tonight. They were able to get 16 hits. You look at this Dodgers lineup. Shohei 1 for 5 with a homer. Mookie 1 for 5 with a homer. Freddie 3 for 5. Freddie's had 4 hits since being back. That nice respite there, missing that series against the Orioles, and people freaking out about the finger. Freddie got finger issues. No, baseball's hard. And he was 3 for his last 23 after suffering the injury, but I think it was more rest and a little mental reset. He looks fantastic at the plate, and he's benefiting from that. 4 hits in 2 games back. Teo goes 1 for 5 with the double. Smith built on the success of yesterday. I think everyone out there, Will Smith is done. Will Smith, worst contract. Let's post all Will Smith statistics for the last 3 months, right? Okay, sure, I get it. Truth is, baseball's hard. Catching is extremely hard and rigorous, but I think what you're seeing with this team is a lot of guys they can see and feel, and they see that postseason light at the end of the tunnel. And they know that, one, you want to put yourself in a good spot to have a rhythm heading into the postseason, and 2, once you hit the postseason, what do your stats say? 0 batting average, 0 on base, 0 slugging. It's a fresh start. It's a lot of guys that don't like to be in the box and look up at the scoreboard and see their stats when they're struggling. They know what this team is built on. They know the standard here. They know what's expected of them. So I think that a lot of these guys can feel the postseason, that it's quickly arriving, and they're putting themselves in a good spot. Gavin Lux continues to hit. He goes 2 for 4 tonight. Muncy 2 for 2. Kike, I didn't like that pinch hit move by Roberts. We'll talk about that. Miggy Rowe 2 for 5. Kiermaier 0 for 2 to lay down a nice bunt. Edman goes 2 for 3. Barnes goes there late, but still, I mean, this is a team that really did a fantastic job. We're going to break this one down in depth like we always do, but I'm going to read some more of your comments. Kenny Chung, simply can't risk Kershaw on the postseason roster. Something like what happened last night can be catastrophic for a playoff series. Leave your pen completely taxed. That's a great point. If he's feeling good and all of a sudden it's a bone spur situation, it's one, he's not effective. He's throwing 67-mile-per-hour hanging curveballs and getting hit out of the park by Corbin Carroll. And 2, you compromise your bullpen. You force them to have to pitch 8 innings and cover 24 outs. I totally agree. It's a major, major risk. That's why, unless there's a big, massive turnaround and the Dodgers starting rotation suffers injuries or guys are just generally ineffective and they feel like Kershaw's a better option, I think that it's a massive blow. And as sad as it is to say, I think it's unlikely. I definitely think it's unlikely that he has a major role for this team in the postseason at this point, especially because he's coming back and he's still trying to ramp up and get his season going. But it's tough. It's tough. And he needs to figure that out. I mean, the good thing, it's not his arm. It's not his arm. So, I mean, it also, look, it could come back in the later rounds if they don't think so. But they do still have an entire month of baseball left, and he'll be out for half of that. So could he get 2 starts just to see where he's at? Lock and change. And the key is you just want to have as much depth as possible, and you want to keep guys relevant just in case you do need them. So I wouldn't rule him out completely, but it's still a massive blow, for being completely honest, for his chances of being a part of this postseason mix, and as far as just how high up on the priority list he is. But Shane Rochester, the new will never wear off. Shohei being the Dodger, for me, it hasn't so far anyways. Absolutely. I mean, it's just fantastic seeing what the Dodgers did. Yeah, tonight with Shohei. Just incredible start. D-Mac Jr. getting it started in the 9th. 8-1-8, absolutely. We got the What Up Dodgers Nation. What up, D-Mac? What up, Beer Samas? How you doing, my man? We got Rosemary Rodriguez in the chat, Chief in the chat. Chief says AZ and San Diego are not afraid of this Dodgers team, and for good reason. The offense needs to put up 10 a night just to have a chance in the postseason. Chief, let me ask you a question, my man. Did you see Tyler Glasnow on the mound for the Dodgers tonight? Did you see Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound for the Dodgers tonight? Did you see Jack Flaherty on the mound for the Dodgers tonight? No. But did you see their 4th starter that still settled down and retired 14 of the last 15 batters that he faced? And a gritty, gutsy bullpen that had a guy making his major league debut that still went out there and he was extremely effective, just throwing strikes, pumping strikes in the zone. Ben Casparius, 12 pitches tonight, 10 for strikes. Gets his first big league win. You also saw Brent Honeywell. Are you going to see Brent Honeywell and Ben Casparius in the postseason? No. What are you talking about? Now, if those guys don't come back, we can have another conversation. But I'm here to tell you, based on people I've spoken with, the Dodgers fully expect those guys not only to return, but return in a ace-level capacity that they were, in the capacity they were pitching before that. So I couldn't disagree. This team does not need to score 10 runs every game. They have talent in the bullpen. You have frontline starters that can get it done. Sure, they're capable of it. Doesn't mean they need to. So, yeah, Keith Potter, I'll talk about that in a second here, about Roberts pinch hitting for Max Muncy. We'll talk about that in a second here. But, yeah, let me know, guys, what are your thoughts on that? Do you guys agree with Chief on that? I mean, I don't know, Chief. I just respectfully, I disagree because, I mean, there's not a lot of teams that have a better front line of their rotation when they're healthy than the Dodgers. And I can tell you that this team, if they're going to have to score 10 runs a night to win the World Series, it's not going to happen. That's not how this works. You need to have a focus on run prevention as much as run production at times. So Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're watching, man. BL Boy, D-Mac, I heard you again yesterday trying to come up with a way and justification to shoehorn Kershaw onto the postseason lineup. That would be a monumental mistake. His stuff does not play up. BL Boyd, let me reiterate. I think before the injury, he was in the mix. He certainly was. After the injury, with the uncertainty, it could be difficult to see him in the mix. And the truth is, I've been saying this the entire time. I've heard people out there trying to say, let's put him in the bullpen. No. How'd that work in 2019? This stuff does not play up in a bullpen. You need him in a pick-a-back start situation, going 4 or 5 inning situation. So the truth of the matter is, I was never guaranteeing that. But Freddie got fingered issue. Okay, you saw what I did right there, Dan Inspiration. I gave myself a bruh for that one. Freddie eats snakes. Okay. I hate snakes. Shout out to Indiana Jones. We get the $4.99 super chat. We have a squad. Edman can steal bases as well. Our lineup is deep. If Buehler gets on track, we're going to win it all. I like that. That gets me. That's Electra comment right there. Lux and Rojas on fire. Absolutely, they continue to hit. Kike can bunt. Jesus E. Gonzalez. That offense has woke up, but the pitching is horrible. Don't forget, too, how difficult it is to pitch in Arizona, too. It's definitely a challenge. Your breaking balls don't have the same bite on them. The fastball location takes a hit as well. The spin's a little different. But what up, D-Mac? What up, Hugo Hernandez? We got some more super chats here. We got Pocket Trude Boy 199. D-Mac needs to drop it and slap those cheeks for the W. Pocket, give you a bro for that one, man. You're like, just because you pay doesn't mean I have to read your comment. But I tend to do that for sure. We got Edman, Kopech, and Flaherty were big pickups by Freeman. Absolutely, Paul Vaughn. Incredible. Exactly. All of the deadline moves, save for poor Rosario, man. Poor Rosario, man. It's twice in a row you get traded to the Dodgers, and you're just kind of the odd man looking out. But Edman looks good. Also under team control for next season. He's going to help this team next year. Edman's going to be the starting center fielder for this team next year as it stands. And he's depth at shortstop, too, until they figure that out. Kevin Kiermaier, I still think he can help this team off the bench as a late defensive substitution and can just help this team, that kind of depth. And Michael Kopech, he's the most dominant reliever in the bullpen. He is going to get big saves and get high leverage moments with the Dodgers as long as he stays healthy. Casparius was clutch. I'm giving another Dodger dog of the game to Ben Casparius, man. First win of his career, big league debut, raucous environment, critical game, meaningful baseball. Went out there and performed. Got to give him a lot of love for that one, man. And look, also to credit to this Dodgers organization. Credit to you're used to it because you follow this franchise, who is one of the best run organizations in professional sports. Not a lot of franchises can have these situations where you're missing key guys and all of a sudden you got to go down to the well and bring up guys down on the farm and then bring those guys up, and they're able to produce. So give some love to the Dodgers farm system. Give some love to the Dodgers development and the coaches down in AAA. For Ben Casparius to come up, step right in, and find a way to be effective in a big spot. I mean, he's a Dodger dog of the game as well. What's up, D-Mac? Shohei is much better at the top of the lineup over Mookie because of his speed and steals, and it puts more pressure on the pitchers. Hannibal Hector, been talking about it all season long. I actually talked about the idea of Ohtani at the leadoff spot back in March, and the reason is Mookie's speed is not where it was a couple seasons ago, and also with Shohei, if he can get on base with the walk, it's as good as a double, the way he steals bases. So I could not agree with you more, for sure. We got DM310. D-Mac, you deserve 3 Dodger dogs up in you. The Diamondbacks room take care of the Dodgers in the playoffs. I don't know what you're saying right there. But it's like anything happens in baseball, they're not doing that with these Dodgers, I'll tell you that much. Hepatitis, see you later. D-Mac, Ohtani going to bring the World Series trophy to the Japan Series and lift it up pregame for the crowd. It's a fire take. Fire take right there. Okay, so a little in-depth breakdown of this one. And lots to unpack here. It's Saturday night. And it was an exciting one. I mean, we saw history early on. early on in this one. Top of the first inning, Shohei Ohtani, 3-2 count, 8th pitch of the at-bat. He sees a curveball in the outer half. He gets fully extended, and it's show bomb number 44, and the Dodgers take an early 1-0 lead.
On the 8th pitch, sends a towering fly ball to straightaway center field. Did he get enough? He sure did! It scraped the sky! When it came down, it was his 44th!
An absolutely majestic blast for Shohei Ohtani, his 44th of the season, on pace for over 50 home runs at this point, just continuing to prove why he was worth all $700 million, 97% of it deferred. He's playing meaningful baseball in late August, early September. And a very interesting September for Shohei Ohtani. I will say that he had 12 home runs, had 22 RBIs, stole 15 bases, had 7 walks, was hit by 2 pitches, had 2 doubles and 2 triples, and went 27 for 115 for a .234 batting average. So the slug was there, some big swings and big spots, but, I mean, this is Shohei Ohtani. And then Mookie Betts says, you know what? I'm an MVP. You're an MVP. You hit a home run. How about I hit a home run? Mookie living his Betts life. Dodgers up 2-0 early.
And now it's Betts. Backspinning the fly ball. Left center field. They've gone back to open the ball game. Mookie with a majestic drive of his own. His 14th.
And then Freddie Freeman says, wait a minute, wait. Shohei, it took you 8 pitches? Wait, Mookie, it took you 2 pitches? You had to see 2 pitches to hit a home run? That's how many pitches it took? How about I do it on the first swing? So the first time in Dodgers franchise history, they hit back-to-back-to-back home runs to start the game. And the Dodgers take an early 3-0 lead. And then a couple hitters later after Teoscar Hernandez foul out, Will Smith first pitch, he did get a single. I want to point that out because we're following Will Smith very closely because I think that yesterday unlocked his season, got him out of that funk. I know I said it takes more than one game to get into a funk, more than one game to get out of a funk, but just his reaction, the timing is right. I think Will Smith is going on a heater. And then Gavin Lux, he lined into a double play. Then bottom of the first inning, Dodgers, you're feeling really good about the fact that you set the tone. You struck first blood early. You're up 3-0. And then first batter of the game, Corbin Carroll, he hits a 417-foot ball off the wall. Kevin Kiermaier just mistimed his jump. He jumped a little too early. If you saw where the ball landed off the wall, had he just waited a half second later, timed that jump right, he's going to make that catch. And Gavin Stone starts the game with an out. Instead, Corbin Carroll, with that speed, he hits an inside-the-park home run. So yesterday we saw the blunder with Bell and the sac fly to end the inning. You're seeing something you rarely ever see when it comes to a baseball game. How about tonight? You tune in Saturday. You guys have seen 1 billion baseball games. And then the Dodgers hit 3 straight home runs to start the game. And then in the bottom half, the first hitter, the leadoff guy, hits an inside-the-park home run. That's why you just love baseball, man. You're always going to see something you've never seen before. Then next batter, McCarthy, he reached on an infield single to short. And then Jock Peterson, he singles to center. Peterson was safe after the error by Max Muncy. So little misplay there. And that gave the Diamondbacks runners on first and third with Gurriel Jr. at the plate. First pitch, he's a slider by Gavin Stone, just left it up out over the plate. And Gurriel, he doubled to center. That scored McCarthy and Peterson to tie things up at 3. And then very next batter, Smith, he grounded out to first. Then Gurriel, he advanced to third. And then Stone, he walks Del Castillo on 5 pitches. He was missing with that changeup down the zone. He was pulling it arm side. The curveball he was leaving up. The four seam leaving up. So he loses command there. Looked a little rattled. And then Suarez, next batter, He hits a sac fly to center to score Gurriel to give the Diamondbacks a 4-3 lead. So the Dodgers give that lead right away in the bottom of the first inning, but then he gets Guillorme to ground into a fielder's choice to end the inning. So 4 runs on 4 hits in the error in the bottom half of the first inning, a wild first frame. Then at the top of the second inning, leadoff single by Max Muncy. Really nice piece of hitting. Takes a changeup on the outer half, singles to right. He's really in a nice groove since returning from the IL. Then next batter, Miguel Rojas. He just continues to hit. Best season of his big league career. He's not slowing down anytime soon. He is one of the team MVPs. Yes, you have the MV3, but Miguel Rojas, he's getting MVP votes for this team. That's how crucial he's been to this team's success. Taking over at shortstop, playing it at an elite level, being ready whenever they need him, wherever they need him, and still hitting. Then next batter, Kiermaier, he grounded to a fielder's choice. Yet lay down that bunt there, so really nice job there. And then Muncy was safe at third after that throwing error by Kelly. So it was the right play by Merrill Kelly. They had the play at third. Nice bunt there by Kevin Kiermaier. Thankfully for the Dodgers, an error, and that kept the inning alive, kept the inning going. And then next batter, Shohei Ohtani, 0-1. He hits a sac fly to center. That tied things up at 4, so a productive out for Shohei. And Shohei's, man, he wants 50, man. You see some of these swings, there's some big daddy hacks by Shohei Ohtani, that's for sure. And the next batter, Mookie Betts, runners on the corners. He struck out a curveball down the way. That brings up Freddie Freeman. Another incredible at-bat from Fredericks of Hollywood. 2-2 count, 6 pitch to the at-bat. He sees a cutter, and it's middle, down the zone. He singled to center. That scored Rojas to put the Dodgers up 5-4. So the Dodgers get 2 runs on 3 hits, and that costly error for the Diamondbacks. They benefited from it. They took advantage. They capitalized. Dodgers take the lead, up 5-4 in after just an inning and a half. So it looks like it was going to be a wild game. And then Gavin Stone settles down. It goes 1-2-3 in the second. He struck out Perdomo. Nasty slider down the zone. Struck out Corbin Carroll with the slider up, but really nice at bat. Great job mixing. Pitch before that goes 4-seam fastball on the corner. Just working all the quadrants of the plate like he does so effectively. And then he gets McCarthy to ground out to first. So nice job there to just settle things down. Gavin Stone, he's got that postseason poise. And has never pitched in the postseason. It's tough to identify it, but you know when you see it, and he's got it. He's not afraid, and he can pitch through adversity. It's something I love about Gavin Stone. Then in the top of the third inning, Max Muncy drew a 2-out walk. Miguel Rojas doubled to left. Dodgers have runners down second and third with 2 outs, and then Kevin Kiermaier, he grounded to second. So they couldn't take advantage there. Then bottom of the third inning, Gavin Stone, another nice job starting things off. He gets Pearson to ground to short, and then he falls behind to Gurriel Jr. Third pitch of the at-bat, 2-0 count, falling behind. He leaves a 4-seam fastball up in the zone, 94. Not the worst pitch in the world. Kind of to tip your cap there. Wasn't a out over the plate fastball or anything. Really kind of hit his spot, and I guess Gurriel put a really good swing on it. He hits a solo shot to left to tie things at 5. Gavin Stone settles down, gets a couple ground ball outs, and they end that inning getting 1 run on 1 hit. Then Merrill Kelly goes 1-2-3 in the 4th. Gavin Stone 1-2-3 in the 4th. And then top of the 5th inning, Merrill Kelly still on the mound for the D-backs. And Gavin Lux gets a 2-out double to right. Just Gavin Lux's hands, the way he can get him through the zone with that speed and get that barrel on the ball. I just love the aggression. It's a 1-0 count. He sees a cutter on the inner half. He's not taking. He's swinging. Aggressive swing, and you see the quick hands on display. And then right after that, Max Muncy, 1-0 count with Gavin Lux on second. He singled to right to put the Dodgers ahead 6-5. So Muncy, he continues to hit, man. Max Muncy, he's producing. And it's not just home runs. It's singles. It's big home runs, his big extra base hits, I think he's in a really, really good spot. I think Max Muncy is going to play a massive role for the Dodgers team in the postseason. I mean, we're talking about someone who could win the NLCS or World Series MVP and hit 3 or 4 home runs in a series or get 3 or 4 key extra base hits or singles. I mean, Max Muncy is that important to this Dodgers offense. He truly, truly is. And then jumping to the top of the 6th inning, nice pull by Dave Roberts. Edman pinch hits for Kevin Kiermaier. Yes, Edman grounded out to second during that at-bat, but that was it for Merrill Kelly. Joe Mantiply comes in to face Ohtani. He gets the job done, gets him to ground to second. Then he strikes out Betts swinging. And how about the bottom of the 6th inning? Fear the turtleneck. Brent Honeywell just called up Edman in center field now. He gets Gurriel Jr. to ground to short. He walks Smith, and then he throws a wild pitch, and Smith is able to advance to second. But then he strikes out Del Castillo with a 4-seam fastball up in the zone and gets Suarez to ground to third. So a little bumpy inning there, but he gets the job done. And then top of the 7th inning, Dodgers with opportunities after Mantiply got Freddie Freeman to fly out to left. Kevin Ginkel, he comes in to pitch at Teoscar, and Teoscar, really nice piece of hitting. He doubles to center. Will Smith walks. Dodgers with runners on first and second. Gavin Lux at the plate. Lux, fantastic at-bat. 10th pitch of the at-bat. He takes a fastball down in the zone, just low off the zone right there, and he's able to draw that walk to load the bases. And then Dave Roberts elects to pinch hit with Kike Hernandez. And I did not love this move by Dave Roberts. I was screaming at my TV, as were I'm assuming a lot of you, because yes, you like the fact that it's the righty-lefty situation, but this year, I mean, Kike is 696 OPS versus lefties, hitting 239, and Max Muncy has not hit lefties well this season. There's no doubt about that. Max Muncy this year, he's 6 for 44, hitting 136 against lefties, but he was 2 for 2 with this game. And yes, it was against a righty in Kelly, but hey, Max Muncy is not a platoon hitter. Let me make that clear. Max Muncy is not a platoon hitter. And sure, you want to keep Kike relevant. You want to give him his opportunities. But Muncy is swinging a consistent bat right now. A consistent bat. And yes, this year, Max Muncy is not seeing it well against lefties. But for his career, Muncy is a 795 OPS guy versus lefties. He's 836 against righties, but 795 against lefties. It's not a massive, massive drop-off, and I think you want to get that in the postseason. And you got AJ Puck against him, and yeah, I mean, Kike, not a great at-bat, too. I mean, he ends up striking out on 3 pitches, and then Rojas, he flied to left. So the Dodgers, they had bases loaded, 1 out, and weren't able to put a run across and take advantage. They could have really blown things wide open. But give Brett Honeywell a lot of credit. He comes back out there, and he didn't have his best inning. I mean, after he walked Guillermo, he walked Guillermo on 5 pitches. Perdomo, a little sack, bunt to third. Guillermo advanced to second, and then he gets to third on a wild pitch. So 2 wild pitches for Honeywell tonight, and then Corbin Carroll hit a sac fly to right to score Guillermo, and that tied things up at 6. But where this game really came down to is missed opportunities for the Dodgers. I mean, they should have scored more runs tonight on those 16 hits. I mean, Puck back out there in the 8th. Tommy Edman able to get himself a single to start things off, and Shohei Ohtani struck out looking at a sinker down and in, and then Thompson comes in to pitch to Betts. Edman steals second. Betts grounds into the fielder's choice. They get Edman out in no man's land. They catch him, and he was there in a rundown in a little pickle. So that really put a big end to what could have been a big inning there, especially looking at Freddie Freeman singling the very next at-bat. So that would have put the Dodgers in the lead early, and then Teoscar with runners on first and second. He struck out on 3 pitches. And with Teoscar, one thing I'm looking at is you want to play the strike zone awareness. I mean, there's some swings on pitches out of the zone that aren't pretty at the moment. But how about Ben Casparius, man? Bottom of the 8th inning, 2 pitches to Jock Peterson. He gets him to fly to right. Gurriel, 3 pitches, gets him to line to center for the 3rd out. And then Smith, 7 pitches, he gets him to fly to right. And like I said earlier, that catch by Tommy Edman to prevent what could have been extra bases for Gurriel with a rookie making his debut on the mound, that could have proved costly, especially with the lack of options that the Dodgers had coming out of the bullpen. And the big inning for the Dodgers, top of the 9th inning, Will Smith starting the rally. Great at-bat, a 10-pitch at-bat. He takes his sinker on the inside corner. He singles to right. And then Chris Taylor pinch runs for him. Gavin Lux, next batter, 0-2 count. Great piece of 0-2 hitting. He takes a four-seam fastball on the inside corner. He singles to center to give the Dodgers runners on first and second. Kike, a little sack bunt there to advance the runners to second and third. Then Martinez comes in. He gets Rojas out. He gets him to line out. A rob job on what could have been a 2 RBI hit right there. But then Tommy Edman, 1-2 count like we talked about earlier. He singled to right to score Taylor and Lux to give the Dodgers an 8-6 lead. And then Edman, he's got to second on the wild pitch. And then Evan Phillips, he gets the job done. So your Dodgers get the win. Now let's open up to you guys some more comments, and then we will enjoy the rest of our Saturday night and another Dodgers win. Robleski gets the start tomorrow. Dodgers looking for a series win. But let's focus on your fire takes down below. Delirium 9 says, well, catching a Honeywell screwball can be like wrangling cats. Yeah, no, it's kind of wild when you look at the screwball and what it takes to catch it. It's like it's definitely very tricky. It's a tricky situation. But why did Roberts pull Muncy for Kike pinch hit? Roberts just overthinks things too much. Moose 1032. I agree with you. Like I said, I try to keep it 100 when it comes to Dave Roberts. That felt a little too cute to me, and borderline disrespectful to Max Muncy, if we're being quite honest. Muncy is not a platoon player. That's just not what he is. Muncy is not just a 3 true outcome type of slugger. Okay, I'm going to hit home runs and strike out a ton. No. Muncy is a quality hitter who has really performed well since being back, and he had 2 hits in this game. So definitely quibble with that one. Definitely have some qualms with that one. Heading into tonight, Max Muncy, since coming off the IL, has an OPS over 1,000. He was 2 for 3 yesterday with that big double and a walk. So I definitely agree with you. You want Kike to get his at-bats, but if it comes at the cost of Max Muncy, I think for the postseason you want to give Max Muncy some confidence going up against lefties, because you don't want to lose his bat late in games. You just do not want to do that. D-Mac is the number 1 in the rotation. What up, Cousinism? Appreciate you. Give me a little fire take give me a little comment to the show. Yang Yi, Ben Casparius won his first major league game in his MLB debut. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing for that. And, yeah, I mean, I think it's the first time in franchise history, the Dodgers, they started with 3 straight home runs. And also, too, not only that, it's the first time we've seen the MV3 in full go since June 11th. This is the first time we've seen 3 hits by the MV3, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman in the same inning since June 11th. We're at the end of August. So I want to see more of that. It's another big takeaway for me. And, yeah, let's keep reading your comments, guys. Shane Rochester, it's cool that Shohei's first playoff experience will be with the Dodgers, so all his stats will reflect that in the history books. I like that. What up, Chris Villalobos over on YouTube? Go D-Mac, go Chris Villalobos. Andre, Dan Clark pitching every 5 to 6 days. Won't fans remember? This dude won an MVP. Mark, did y'all realize Padres fans, at least some of them, were rooting for the Dodgers to beat the Diamondbacks? Yeah, hey, man. There's a lot of Dodgers fans at Padres games anyway. Jose Marrero, Idos Mio. This is in Spanish, so pumped up. I'm speaking Spanish right now. This feels like such a big win tonight. Got Edman for a bag of peanuts. Playoff environment. Let's go Dodgers. Dun, 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 dun. Absolutely. Pika Peep. Dodgers should put Muncy's chiropractor on their payroll. Pika Peep. That's a fire take. So you win. Absolutely. And like I said, he needs a ring. He needs a ring for sure. We got a $5 super chat. Mike over on YouTube. Let's go Dodgers. Love that. We got D-Mac. It's not a turtleneck. It's an ascot.
Win. Perfect.
It's a bruh. It's a turtleneck. But I like it, though. I mean, whatever. We can call it ascot. There you go. Craig Osterberg, to start a game. That's a good question. To start a game, how many homers is the record? Man, that's a good question. I'll find out about then. I'll let you know tomorrow. A couple more here, guys. Delirium, 136 versus lefties. That's BC. Yeah, I mean, like I said, but still, for his career, he has relatively balanced splits. I love how everyone is saying Kiermaier is off the postseason roster, but y'all don't understand. There's literally no one to replace him. Yeah, I mean, I think that he still can provide a lot of value. And who knows, if Chris Taylor hits and Andy Pages hits, they could take both of them and not Kevin Kiermaier if they just think he's going to be a dead bat in the lineup. So you just want to be good at bats and be respectable and to see the way they use it. But the truth is his offensive output is almost doubled since coming to the Dodgers from where he was. And last year, he was an above-average bat, so he's not that far removed. We got to... yeah, there you go. Sorry, Purple Genius. Daniel Clark, what up, D-Mac? What's up, Dodgers Nation? What up, Daniel Clark? 499 Super Chat. Doug Randolph. Will Smith is starting to smack the ball like Chris Rock's face.
Finish him.
You'll finish him for that one. We got, was I the only one that remembered the big home run in Game 3 of the 2018 World Series? Yeah, I mean, Max Muncy, the longest World Series game in history, over 7 hours. I was at that game. That was good times. Edman's a must for the Dodgers. Delirium Ben Casparius says fear is the mind killer. There you go. We got Casparius as Kershaw with an actual fastball. Ozark Phoenix. Interesting take. I mean, he was hitting 97 tonight. So, yeah, I did like the life on that fastball for sure. Kopech is the Dodgers Viking. I like that. It's a little comment of the show. What's up, Doug Randolph? What up, Andre Youngie? Adames will replace Rojas. Youngie, I don't know if you've been watching the show. I've heard some things. I think they have to decide if they want to pay Teoscar Hernandez or Willie Adames. Just put it like that. That's a real MV3. We avenged Lance Lynn tonight. That's a comment of the show. That's a comment of the show. I love that. CT3 for Will Smith, pinch runner. They both like 73 speed on MLB this show. We got quick crying. The D-backs aren't at full strength. We aren't either. We got Dicky per Oro mock turtleneck. A mock turtleneck. There you go. Fear the turtleneck. Brent Honeywell. Jay Bullitt, I still would rather go against the Padres over the D-backs. Christian Walker scares the crap out of me when he faces us. Oh, yeah, man. He's like Michael Myers in October, man. Tommy Edman, most clutch player in baseball since 2019. Tommy Clutch, and we saw that on full display tonight. Keith Potter says Teo over Adames. But that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Thanks for rocking with us. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the #1 Dodgers YouTube channel. We have big giveaways coming up, so to be eligible, you want to watch as many episodes as you can. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you know when we're going live, and make sure you're subscribed. And yeah, comment down below and all your takes on all things Dodger baseball. We got a gritty game from Rosemary. Let's go Dodgers. We got Adrian, bye DMX, later AG Jordan, later Misty Marty Mart at 1 p.m. game tomorrow. Good times. Yeah, that's going to do it, guys. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. Until next time, think blue, bleed blue.